So TJ, it's time to showcase the Meteora League. And we're starting off this powder keg with Harry Mant and of course Mr. Buggles.
And if you haven't seen Harry Mant and Mr. Buggles before, you are in for a very interesting experience. That bear can be the angel or the devil sitting on Harry Mant's shoulder. Harry Mant already a very gifted performer in his own right, a kickboxer and a vicious, vicious man when he wants to be. But in recent times has become fractured and broken and now follows the will of Mr. Buggles.
Yeah, very interesting duo, it's safe to say. Mr. Buggles kind of being, like you say, the voice in the ear of Harry Mant, but yeah, it goes either way. We've seen Mr. Buggles drive Harry Mant to do some unspeakable things. We've also seen him be the wind in his sails.
Well, the Mad King only listens to one voice. And right now, that's Mr. Buggles. Who would wear the belt if he won? Who would wear the belt? Mr. Buggles or Harry Mant?
I think they'd share it. I mean, it would fit more around Harry's waist, but you know.
You could make a mini version.
He's a very honourable Mad King.
Introducing the second competitor. He's also been here since day one. Please put your hands together for the tortured soul, CJ Carter.
CJ Carter, as you heard it from Jerry, CJ's been here since day one as well, and he's had quite the roller coaster ride, and he's got a lot of beef right now with another member of this powder keg and the current champion of the Meteora division. But Pure Evolution looking to end his year with his first slice of Pro Wrestling Clash Gold.
CJ Carter has been on a metamorphosis journey throughout 2019, embracing the love of the fans and really turning a corner with his evolution, going from, like you said, Pure Evil to Pure Evolution, becoming the man that we see now, a well-rounded and motivated and focused former Exile member.
Former Exile leader.
Yeah, absolutely, lest we forget. Gone is the face paint, but there still is the black darkness, the tortured soul. CJ Carter is competitor number 2 in this fatal 4-way match.
So we are literally going to see the best of the Meteora League in this one, folks. If this is your first time enjoying a Clash show, firstly, where have you been? But secondly, strap yourselves in, because this one's going to be a roller coaster ride. Saying that you may only need the edge of your seat, so don't get too comfy. It's hard to argue. This is the house CJ Carter built. Again, if we're doing that Mount Rushmore,
that's definitely the most unique introduction. I'm sure Cassius loved every bit of it.
Cassius, I'm going to put down being the X Factor, so he's definitely the dark horse.
Oh yeah,
fresh off a huge win over TK Cooper.
And everyone looks at Cassius and sees only face value, and that is the biggest mistake you could possibly make. Cassius is every bit as talented as he is beautiful and sparkly. And if you don't take him seriously, he will take your skull and drive it into the mat.
That's exactly what we saw with TK Cooper. TK took Cassius very lightly, and he paid the ultimate price for it. But Cassius coming into this relatively, I want to say the underdog, but he has no real beef with anybody in this match. He's earned his spot, do not get me wrong. But he's coming in here with a very clear slate. He has no beef in this match with anybody. Whereas, yeah, you look at CJ Carter and our current champ Dexter. There is a lot of history between those two. Just like Harry Mant and Dexter moving in similar circles, training together, you know, having faced each other up and down the country at numerous other promotions. Cassius is coming in here with a very clear mind. There is nothing kind of clouding his judgment in this match.
And introducing the champion. He is the longest reigning champion in all of Clash. He is the Dexter. Please welcome the Meteora League champion, Dexter.
And you see how everyone stood up when Dexter was announced.
That's the respect, I guess, that Dexter has garnered. But I mean, Teach, you go back, it was the 3rd of February this year, 2019. Dexter became the inaugural Meteora League champion, and he has held on to that belt with a tight grip ever since.
Dexter has really had a stellar 2019, and when we first met this young man nearly 3 years ago, we said, much like Harry Mant, that he would one day be a future belt collector. And I don't think he's even started on that journey yet. He is
just getting started.
Every bit as dangerous.
308 days and counting.
Can he finish out the year the way he began it? As Meteora League champion.
Brought into the company with CJ Carter and an Exile. And he really went on to carve his own path, Tej. And we look at the 308-day reign so far. The next longest reign is Rocky Mack as our Clash champion at 231 days. So
the most dominant champion.
Yeah, a huge amount of distance in between those reigns right there.
When you hear the Meteora League Championship, you can't help but think about Dexter. That is how synonymous he is with that belt. In one of the most fast-paced and dangerous divisions that Clash has, he rules it.
But as we've seen time and time again, these Meteora powder kegs, it's a fatal four-way. Dexter doesn't need to be involved in the pinfall in order to lose his belt. So very, very unpredictable next 20 minutes or so, if you
speaking
ask
about
me.
predictable, look at Harry Mant.
Yeah.
Mr. Bug was giving him some instructions.
Can you change the title? Or? Yeah, exactly. We don't like you. Thank you.
Buggles with some more advice for the Mad King.
Before Pete holds up that belt, as is tradition before a title match.
As is tradition. What a wonderful day for Pro Wrestling Clash.
And therefore for the world.
I'll be honest, I know I said I was excited for Warren Banks and Gene Money. This one, Tej, I'm on the end of my seat already. I cannot wait to see what these four men are going to bring out of each other.
Well, like we said before, the Meteora League is known for its high-paced and high-octane environment.
But right now, Mr. Buggles kind of taking away a lot of the attention in this one. Everyone's kind of focusing on the Mad King and his bear, but Dexter going straight for Cassius, which I'm surprised with.
Well, that shows he's threatened by him, I think.
I think it's big knee from Harry Mant. Quick roll up there, quick roll up.
One, two. Another quick roll up. 1, 2.
Oh,
big shot.
Forearm sends CJ Carter to the outside.
Now picking apart Cassius. Oh, quick roll up, quick roll up. 1, 2. Oh, very emphatic kick out, but Cassius straight on it. Might be going for the DD twerk.
Harry Mant has something to say about that. Keeps himself alive in the match.
Throws Cassius straight out.
See you later.
Oh, missed the forearm. Gives one of his own. Roundhouse kick.
There's Dexter come in and say Dexter right now. in the ring with the two people that want his head on a platter the most.
Or both men, they're grabbing him. Oh! Face down and knees.
Double knees in stereo, looking to cave in the skull of the champ.
And you know, they both employ that almost MMA style of wrestling, very, very physical.
Well, so the champ and Harry, they know each other very well right now.
CJ there reminds me of Rampage Jackson when he got knocked out and just hung over the ropes there, vicious. CJ still struggling to get out. That was a nasty pair of offense by Mant and Dexter. Gets him up. Might be going for a magic killer.
Yeah, this is... Oh, nails it. This is a very unlikely... again, I wasn't expecting this siege, but ultimately...
Cassius back in.
Anything can happen inside that ring. Drop kick from Cassius.
Very nice. Cassius off the ropes. Very quick. Drags the head into the Hurricane. I love how he holds on to it. Gets a little bit of extra offense.
Dexter looking to capitalize while the opportunity's there.
Oh,
rolls through.
Grabs the head again.
Looking for a head scissors.
Going round.
Oh, look at this. From Cassius, head scissors takes down Dexter.
The most dynamic performer in the Meteora division, showing everyone why. Beautiful Northern Lights. 1, 2.
Kick out at 2.
Oh, lovely.
Drop kick right, sends Harry Mant to the outside.
And you know, most people would get rid of the bridge and go for a float over suplex. Cassius just wants to win. He wants to win this so badly.
Suicide dive takes down the two men from Harwich.
Cassius is here to impress and to claim victory. It's not about his ego. It is about putting on a good show and walking with that title. But you know what? Another man who might want it even more than him is CJ Carter.
Oh, I think so.
The house that Carter built, the tortured soul. He's surveying the landscape and he knows that he has to impress and has to deliver something dangerous.
Up to the top rope. CJ Carter looking to fly. That's a long way to fall. Flying crossbody takes down the entire field. CJ Carter putting it all on the line right now in the name of that Meteora Championship.
And that is what this is all for.
Oh, spine first into the ring apron from Harry Mant. And this one sees breaking down, of course, no countouts in the four-way. Oh, head first into that solid steel ring post.
It's going to make you wonder if that's Buggles' direction.
Yeah, more advice coming from Mr. Buggles.
And picking Cassius, this is piece of meat. His pound of flesh. Oh,
where's he
I
going?
think Buggles had something bad in mind.
Dragging Cassius up onto our entrance ramp. This doesn't look good for the Neon Explosion. Oh, DDT straight onto the entrance ramp.
You can see that fractured mind of Harry Mant.
2 to go, Mr. Buggles. 2 to go.
And they laugh, but there's a sense of fear when he starts acting like that. You don't want to mess with crazy.
Super kick
what
from Carter.
It's almost like a mule kick.
And now Dexter and Carter renew their rivalry.
Oh.
Drop kick from CJ. Look at this. Oh, backstabber to Dexter, the champ. Looking vulnerable. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.
And yeah, the history between these two is extensive. CJ at the time brought him in off his own back, gave him everything, and in the end, CJ was cast out of exile. Dexter didn't just bite the hand that fed him, he ripped it off.
Chop straight to the cold heart of the champ. And now taking him up to the top rope. Going high risk right now. High risk comes high reward. If CJ Carter can pull this off, he is taking gold home tonight. Dexter, TJ, if you're Dexter, you don't want to be in this situation right now. Harry Mant coming. Oh, wait, TJ.
Oh, boy.
Let's see where this is going.
And we see it.
Oh, my goodness. Powerbomb superplex combo meal courtesy of the Mad King. But can he capitalize, TJ? 1, 2. Ooh, kick out at 2.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
And Cassius being checked on our entrance ramp does not look good for Cassius. So for the time being,
this could be a three-way.
Yes, this has been demoted to a three-way right now. That DDT on the entrance ramp really taking Cassius out of this one. And is that going to play to the advantage of Dexter? Limits the possibilities of him losing that title. I think so.
Trying to get an alliance formed again.
Clothesline off of that Irish whip. And this is the thing, Dexter and Harry Mant started training together a few years ago. Their paths have been side by side through their wrestling careers. Trained in the same places, wrestled for the same promotions.
Oh, and there you go, though. There's that betrayal immediately. Like, that's what we're talking about. There's that betrayal that Dexter, you know, it's that shot that he put on CJ Carter early on. Way back when Exile was splitting, and you could see it. Every shot he puts on him, every shot has malice behind it. He's immediately taking him back to it every time he hits him.
In a way, Teach, you could argue that CJ Carter opened the door for Dexter and Harry Mant followed behind. So Harry Mant owes CJ Carter quite a lot as well, if you ask me, and neither man showing their gratitude right now, but Carter, I was about to say, curse the commentator was getting ahead of steam, but cut off from that back elbow.
Now, of course, at the beginning of the match, CJ kicked Mr. Buggles, and one thing you must never do is put your hands on that bear.
And now Dexter and Mant just taking turns, choking the life out of CJ Carter. Oh. Elbow drops, knee drops. Yeah, I'll be honest, Cassius being taken out of this, while it might spell good news for Dexter, this is bad news for CJ Carter.
Right.
Because there are two guys gunning for him right now, and Cassius is well, he's non-existent. He's not even part of the equation anymore.
Oh, might go for off with his head. Oh! I don't know what's keeping CJ up, but going up, and Dextercution!
Night. That is it.
Goes for the pin. Is Harry going to let him? No,
Yeah,
no, he is not.
That's not what Mr. Buggles said.
Well, ultimately, Teach, there can be only one.
Calm down.
And Dexter trying to be the voice of reason. The Mad King having none of it, backing Dexter into the corner, but CJ Carter's back to his feet. Oh! Shotgun drop kick. Ducks a shot, picks him up.
Nightmare driver.
Nightmare driver. 1, 2.
No.
Kick out at 2 from the Nightmare driver. Harry Mant able to keep himself in this one, but also keep that belt safe for Dexter as well.
You gotta think we can hit Darkness Falls, that might be it, but Dexter had other plans in mind.
Cactus clothesline to the outside, takes them both down.
Nasty full CJ hitting his neck and Dexter's lower back smashing.
Oh wait, Cassius is back out. Cassius is back out. He's clutching that neck. He's feeling a little, still feeling that DDT, but he's up on that top rope.
Oh, he's no fun and games, no smiles on Cassius right now.
He's got Harry Mant in his sights.
Harry doesn't know where he is.
Crossbody from Cassius.
Cassius is clearly in so much pain.
You can see him clutching at that neck.
But listen to the crowd coming alive for Cassius.
Got him hooked.
He's got him in.
For the DD
twerk. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Cassius is the new champ. Cassius is the new champ.
Cassius is your new Meteora champion.
Tej, you and I had written Cassius off after that DDT on the entranceway, but the resiliency of the Neon Explosion coming back into this match. Dexter and CJ Carter ironically taking each other out of the equation. Cassius coming back in, capitalizing on Mant, and just like that, the streak is over. Dexter loses his belt, and he wasn't even involved in the decision, and Cassius, what a way to end the year, Tej.
With all three men having their own history, their own problems, Cassius was the only one who was able to stay focused on the most important thing, and that was capturing that belt. He fought through pain, through injury, came back and saw an opportunity and took it. And ladies and gentlemen, we close out 2019 as we head into our last ever Clash show with Cassius as the new Meteora League champion.
You just know that's not going to sit well with Dexter. But it was that laser focus he has with Carter. Like a red rag to a bull that took him out, and Cassius, what a victory.
Are you telling me that the Meteora League Championship is mine? What was that?
You deserve it.
You absolutely do, Cassius.
1000%.
I honestly don't know what's happened to my neck, but I promise I'm gonna make you guys so proud on February the 16th. Right? It's February, yeah. Thank you so much, you guys.
Emotional speech from your new champ, folks.
And we will see him on February 16th at our final show, The Last Clash. Question is, who's going to face him?